Hey, what's up, guys? This is Carlos with Twins Reef, and today we're going to be adding some special grade reef sand to the RedSea Max E170. And you may ask yourself, why do you have the bag upside down? The reason for that, guys, is because when the day I bought it, I dropped this bad boy on the cement, and somewhere in the bag it is leaking. It is a small leak. So I've been having this bag now for approximately 3 days now. And I think it is time to actually add it to the tank. One reason I have actually waited on not to add it is because I got a cut on my hand. And if you have a fresh cut, you do not want to put it in a tank with corals. That way you won't have any infections of that sort. I am going to wear gloves, and if I don't feel so comfortable, I might just ask my wife to actually help me add the sand there. And like I told you guys before, it is my first time actually using special grade reef sand. I have heard so much about it, so much good things about it, but like I told you guys previously in the last video, I don't know if I mentioned it or not, I thought it was different from the live sand, the reef sand, and the special grade. I thought the special grade reef sand was the whole time the dried sand that you find at Bulk Reef Supply, but I came with a video of Bulk Reef Supply, and I did a little research online as well, that they are the same, just one is live and one is dead, and the other one, it's more of a quantity than the one that is live. So we are going to be adding that to the tank today. Alright, guys, so I had to pause the video. So my dog started barking, and it's probably because they heard me talking and they are actually on the right side of me. And I thought it was them. They were a little bit, but it was also my neighbors in the front. Their dogs, both of their dogs are out. Both of my neighbors' dogs are out, and there's just a little fence, and they just start barking at each other. One has a German Shepherd, the other one has two Milanese Belgians. I think that's the proper name for them, or Belgian Milanese, something like that. They look like German Shepherds, but they are a little bit nicer in my opinion than German Shepherds. Don't get me wrong, German Shepherds are beautiful dogs. All dogs are nice in general. So anyhow, so let's begin with today's episode, and I hope you guys really enjoyed it. It's a little bit something different to the tank. Like I told you guys, I was saying it's my first time using the special grade reef sand. There's so many good things about it, guys, so we'll see how it goes. One thing, I bought it, I could have got Fiji Pink for cheaper. That's the sand I've always used, not since the beginning, but in my first stages of learning how the reef hobby goes. But that sand is a little bit too fine, to the point that I have lost so many corals, zoanthids, and mushrooms that have gotten lost. I'm talking about corals that are worth $40 to $100. They just got buried on the sand, and they die because they get buried. Fortunately, we do have those snails that sift in the sand. I do not know the name. If you do, let me know in the comments down below. So hopefully they don't bury our mushrooms. But if they do, if I see them disturbing the substrate a lot, what I'm going to start doing, I'm probably going to build a mushroom box. I have a little box, DIY box, that we used for anemones in the previous past. And if that doesn't work, we'll just set up the 6-gallon frag tank. We have that, and we have the light. Anyhow, so let's start today's episode. Enough talking. I know you guys want to see the reef, so let's begin. Alright, guys, so what we have to do, of course, we have to remove these fans that I'm using right now. Hopefully it doesn't fall from right there. And we'll move this guy. We'll place them up there, and to feel a little bit safer with this one, we'll put it right there. Just unplugged the light. Horrible, 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 horrible. So hard to make videos on yourself. That just didn't come out right. It's so hard making videos by yourself, man. So what we're gonna do, remove the lid. Some salt went in there. Hopefully it does not burn any corals. So what I'm going to be doing, guys, I'll be removing some water, put it in the bucket, and I'll get all the corals that I see on the sand bed, and we'll place them in that bucket. But again, I said I'm going to wear some gloves, just make sure, be safe, that I don't have any cuts on my hand. And yeah, so let's start with that. So the lights, they just turned back on, and Let's see. First and foremost, I am thirsty. So, I'm gonna get some water. It feels so good. Hopefully I do not vary. Hopefully I don't vary what's any. Oh man, I only have left. Hopefully I do not vary no hermit crab or any snails that are not meant to be underneath the substrate, because that would suck. Alright, so I have my gloves on. I know you guys aren't able to see what I'm doing in the background, but let me tell you guys, this is what I'm doing. I am wearing gloves, and hopefully these gloves don't have any cuts. One thing I do for water not to go inside my hand, I put tape around my forearm just so it can be sealed. It's not sealed 100%, but something is better than nothing, right? So like I said, we're gonna be shutting down the pumps, just leaving the light by itself. Shutting down the pumps, leave the light by itself. That way we're able to remove all the corals that are in the sand bed. So now the water came to its pause. Now what I need to do, I gotta get the water hose or the vacuum. Oh, that didn't work out. What did I do? Alright, this tank is really deep. So now that I'm removing some water, what I'm going to be doing, I'm basically doing a water change of some sort. Try to pick up any debris. I don't overfeed my corals either way. I'm just gonna get at least 5 gallons of water. That way, oh man, some corals have had warfare, and some of the corals just died. I just noticed some of my chalice are burnt. Alright, so I'm getting 5 gallons of water out. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys could hear the dogs barking, because I definitely could. I closed the garage door and I closed the window, and I could still hear them. So I cannot tell if it's my dogs or my neighbor's dogs. But there's so many dogs in this neighborhood, you hear them barking most of the times. And the thing that sucks is when there's responsible dog owners, they do not tell anything to their dogs. And it's not the dog's fault, it's just the owner's fault. I understand there are animals and that's what they do, that's why I do not get mad. But yeah, it does get annoying sometimes because you want to rest and you come to this. Anyhow, alright, so I'm gonna start picking up all the corals that I can and just drop them in the 5 gallon bucket. How do I consider myself a reefer if I don't like getting my hands wet? Alright. So, what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna pause it for now because I know this is gonna take a little bit long, and I know people don't want to just watch somebody remove coral by coral. So, I'll start recording once we start to add the corals. Awesome. And that there, it's a good coffee. What's up, guys? It is Carlos with Twins Reef, and today is roughly 3 days, 1 week probably max, since I added substrate to the RedSea Max E170. As you guys can tell by the shirt, by the haircut, I changed my shirt and got a haircut, guys. Different appearance from the previous clip. I wanted to wait a little bit longer. I didn't want to make a follow-up right after I added the sand, or a couple hours after I added the sand, because to that time there was still, the water was still was cloudy. Another thing as well, guys, I forgot how it happened, but I removed some water. Oh, I was doing a water change, right, guys? I was doing a water change because it was a bare bottom tank, so I was picking up all the debris. So I had to get or make 5 more gallons of water. Somehow, guys, I missed it. The tank behind me was low on the salinity level that I was hoping it would be, and it just took me like 2 days just to elevate or raise that salinity level to my desired salinity levels that I like. And I was, you know what, let the corals adjust. Let everything adjust, let the water clear it up, and I still need to do the official water change on this tank, and I'll be adding new sponge filters, adding a new bag of Pure Blue, and rinsing off the ceramic rings as well. So that's gonna be a video of its own, probably, if that is something that you guys would be interested on actually seeing. So guys, let me tell you guys something. Lately I've felt renewed on this journey of the hobby. That sparked that love for the hobby again, and I honestly been window shopping in a lot of pet stores, not only for saltwater but as well as for freshwater. I have a couple of species regarding fish and corals that I am hoping to get for both of the aquariums. I haven't really thought about plants. I want to see how the plants on the freshwater tank go before I add any more plants to that tank. But you guys know, when you guys have corals, or when you're into corals, you just want to get them all, just like if it was Pokemon Go or any other hobby where you just collect the most valuable and cool looking things everywhere. So let's begin with the update of what's been going on. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to remove the camera of the tripod. That way we can go over of what's been going on with this tank. Hey, what's up, guys? So as you guys see, we already have the sand in the tank, and I don't know if it's me or just because I just haven't had this tank set up with substrate in a minute, but I feel like the 20-pound bag of the special grade reef sand is a little bit less of a quantity than the Fiji pink sand. But again, that could just be me. But regardless, I am super happy of the sand. In person, I wish you guys would be able to actually see, but the substrate is looking super amazing, super clean. No signs of any algae, cyanobacteria. Fingers crossed that would ever happen in this tank. Also, being a more heavier and bigger grain size, I don't really see sand blowing around or it covering corals. So far I am really happy with the results. Just one thing too, guys, the rockscape was already there. I know it's not like the best rockscape. I just put the rocks how they were, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just leave them as is, and whatever, let it be, let it be. So basically I put sand all in the front and just in the sides, and in the back there's probably little to no sand there, but it is fine. And so that's pretty much it. Like I told you guys, I haven't done an official water change, which I should be doing it within any day now. And let's start with the livestock. might as well do a update on the livestock, corals, and fish. As you guys know, the maroon clownfish have been residents of this tank for a while now, and this is the lightning maroon slash gold nugget clownfish that we got when my wife had her tank. And when this fish was here, I came across another of my favorite fish at a local store, and I had to buy it since I thought it was really cheap. I think it was 55 bucks, and I remember this fish being expensive. And that fish, guys, it is the gold nugget maroon clownfish. As you guys can see, he is back there, and he is the male. He's smaller, and he was introduced last, and he has been actually getting that gold color in them, so it's really looking super nice. It's a beautiful fish. One thing I know about maroon clownfish, guys, these fish, they get really big, but again, it's really nice to have maroon clownfish in this aquarium. So far there are a happy couple. Here and there they fight, but they are doing healthy, they are doing good. And then another fish, my wife, when she walked into the garage, she noticed her royal garama, how big it is. As you guys can see, the garama just right now saying hello, showing him or herself, you know, showing off. It's doing super good. It's super healthy, super big since we got it. It's a beautiful fish, and yeah, she got amazed when she saw it. Next, we have the royal dotty back, guys. It's a fish that really doesn't show itself, so we'll see if we are able to see it. I actually caught it right here on the side of the tank, and since I bought it, this was a tank I bought for my tank, but I did notice, guys, that this fish hasn't gotten any big, and it's still as skinny as I bought it. So it's probably just how these fish get, being the fact that I bought this fish because I wanted it for my nano tank, or consider a nano tank anything below the 30 gallons, which I had bought this fish when I had the 30-gallon Innovator Marine tank. So there it is, the royal dotty back. It's an amazing fish. It's really purple. Here in the camera showing a different color than it is in person, but it's more of a purple color. And there is the maroon clownfish again. That is because they are hungry, and I need to feed them right after this video. And then one of my favorite fish, guys, he just left. It is the Mandarin goby. I am really surprised that it is doing good. Hopefully we still have cocoa pots, tiger pots, and whatever it feasts on. It looks fat and healthy. When he comes out, we'll show you guys a little bit more, but he's been a fish that's been with me for a while. And I don't know if you guys remember when I transferred everything to this tank, I had thought that I had lost or something happened to this goby. At first we bought it as a yellow watchman goby, but it turned out to be a blue spotted goby. That's what my wife said. So I think it was a fish we had bought for her too. But he was in the wrong. So he is here. He is alive. She actually said it is a female. She said if it was a yellow watchman goby, that if it's a female, they tend to not have that yellow color in them, and they are actually kind of like a pale color. But regardless, a beautiful fish, and it's always there. And he is, or she is, a good resident of this aquarium. And another species we have, it is a coral banded shrimp. Also was bought for my wife when she had the RedSea Reef for 170 set up. It is right there, but I don't think we'll be able to catch it today on camera, but he is really large. Last time I thought he was dead, but he just shedded, he molted, but he is doing good. Then I don't know, we also used to have a 6-line wrasse, which unfortunately he's not with us no more. He just died. He got lost. I'm guessing he died because I basically moved every rock here. I did a complete change out and never found him. And now introducing himself, one of the most beautiful saltwater fish in my opinion, that is the Mandarin goby. What an amazing fish. Let's give him his 5 to 10 minutes of glory of showing himself off. This is a female. I mean, he is a male. Once he raises his high fin, you'll be able to tell that he is a male. There he is with all his glory. What a beautiful specimen of a fish. What a creation of God, putting all those colors and patterns into such a species of the ocean. What an amazing fish again. My favorite. I need to get him some tiger pots if I love him so much. Now let's start with the corals, and to tell you guys something new, I finally decided to glue corals to the back of my background or the glass. That is because I rehomed all my zoanthids, and these two chalices were with the zoanthids. They're fish that they're corals that I was trying to sell, but you know what? I told my wife I'm just going to keep them, and we'll see what happens with them. But I didn't want to sell them anymore because it's too much of a hassle. And I was like, let's just let them grow. Let's see how they turn out to be. So she didn't know. When she stepped into the garage, she noticed I had them glued onto the background, and they're doing good. One thing I did notice, this Miami chalice has got its color back, not to its full potential, but it's doing better. As well, the Mummy Eye chalice, which is doing better as well. And now, to be honest, guys, what I was going to say previously, I regret selling my Euphilia. I had a collection of torches. I know if my wife watches this video, she'll be upset with me, because she would have been like, hey, I told you not to sell them. But I sold them, and yeah, I regret it. But these are the Euphilia that I have left. As you guys see, this is a toxic hammer, doing wonderful. It's probably like 2 to 3 heads, doing good. And down here we have the bicolor hammer as well, which it is doing good. As you guys see, it's purple to green tips, and probably 3 to 4 heads. Most of these Euphilia are about 3 to 4 heads. As you guys can see, we had toxic hammers, we had splatter hammers, bicolor hammers, and we have standard hammers as well. And here they are all doing wonderful. And then one coral which I'm really happy about, it is this gold hammer which we had bought. It was 2 heads. It had a chemical warfare with a mushroom, and they both lost because they were really damaged. I know the camera won't be able to show you that gold, but it is gold. It is beautiful, and now it is 2 heads. Yes, it is a small specimen, but I love it because it's a branching type of hammer, which it is really beautiful. Now we'll jump over to the middle. We have here a golden gonzo fabia. It's a beautiful coral. In my opinion, I was trying to sell it, and if it's so beautiful, why would I try to sell it, right? It is because it is attached into a 12-inch rock, which I don't know what to do with such a large rock, but I was like, we'll just let this coral be. It's been with us for a while, since the day that I bought this RedSea Max E170 Emax. Yeah, 170. We did buy used, and it came with most of these rocks and with this coral, so we'll just let it be. And now here we have a torch. This torch was bleaching out, and now it is looking a little bit better. It's supposed to be green tentacles with yellow tip, and it's getting its color. One thing I need to do is just feed it, and I'm pretty confident it would recover its color, same as that digitata coral that you see there in the back. I found it buried in the tank with another one, and to my luck, this one made it and it's recovered, and I'm so surprised because I've always had bad luck with digitata corals. And then this one right here, it is a 4-headed torch, really beautiful, green tips with green tentacles. It is just so beautiful, guys. And I was trying to sell, like I was selling all my torches, but for some reason I just told myself I'm gonna just keep it, and I kept it, and I don't regret it. What I regret is selling all my other torches, like my gold Indo torch, which I sold for hecka cheap. A bunch of torches I sold for so cheap because I did them in an auction, and I just regret it, and yeah, but hey, that's a part of the game. Anyhow, now here we have a purple tip hammer, which is doing really good. It's a beautiful specimen with green tentacles, purple tip. It is good, it is beautiful, it is healthy, approximately 3 heads. Then down here we have the amazing, one of my top 5 corals in this tank, and that is the hologram branching hammer. Beautiful corals, 2 heads, wonderful. Sometimes it looks all blue and sometimes it just looks hologram, different color. I wouldn't be able to describe it. And then here it is a coral, probably a Euphoria that I paid a lot, which I shouldn't. I bought it as an orange octo. You could say it's yellow, gold, orange, I don't know, brown. But it's doing good, it's happy. We'll let it be. Sometimes it is bigger than how it's showing here, but it all depends on the location where it's at, and it's also just getting used to this light and to all the changes that's been going on to the tank. And then let's turn to the side, guys. Here we have some spicy lemon fabia. The big fabia that I have was here. I removed it, and it was just so little that was left behind, and now it has grown so much, as you guys can see there. Now we moved here. We have the wild caught Deadpool mushrooms. I don't think they are mushrooms. I mean, Deadpools, they are mushrooms, but probably they're just ultra red mushrooms because they are pretty bright. They're really bright. And down here it is a baby jawbreaker, which I paid a lot of money for it. When I bought it, it was showing some green and some red. Now that it's growing, you can't really see the green, but I'm 100% confident you'll be able to see the green in the future. But I am happy. I thought I had lost it, but I found it in this rock, and I'm gonna just let it grow there naturally. Then down here we have a green star polyp, doing good, doing its thing. And then if we move over here, we have some golden gonzo babies. These mushrooms have all gone through so much. I don't want to stress them out. That's why they do not look as happy as they should. They don't look so happy. Neither does that Deadpool there or the kryptonite. This kryptonite, when it is behind there, it gets really big. But now, you know, it's just mad at me because of what's been going on. And the hairy mushrooms too. They're doing good. Let them be. And then back there, guys, we have the spicy lemon fabia in the back over there. I know the camera doesn't want to cooperate with me on actually focusing on the coral, so that is no when no. So we'll leave that as is. And then here we have, guys, a super freak mushroom. It's really big. It's not as happy as it is. When it's super happy, it gets big. It covers that disc, but a lot of changes going on with this tank. He's just there. And then there I have my so proud of this mushroom. I bought it when it was little for $40, and it has grown so much. That is a super freak bound mushroom with a bunch of or sun-kissed bound mushroom with a bunch of super freak babies in it. And as you guys can see, it is just an amazing coral. And then here we have 2 more hairy mushrooms with a little bit of GSP, and I call it the hairy mushroom island, as it is just one rock by itself, isolated from the sand, a little slightly attached or touching that one rock there, but we'll see what happens with that. Just let it grow. And last, guys, we have the Superman mushroom. Sometimes I've seen other mushrooms called Superman with different patterns and colors, but that's how I got it. I didn't buy it, I traded. I forgot for what, but it is doing good. It has a bunch of babies, and basically that whole rock is itself. It is there, so we'll see what they do with that. But for now, guys, this is today's update. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you guys are liking this type of content, you guys are welcome to subscribe, comment, like, and till later, guys. I am out. Peace.